me refresh. All right. Yep. We are good. Cool. So, everyone attending this session today, thank you so much for joining in and welcome once again to Rocket Up's exclusive live session. Uh, Today, we're very excited, because we have a lot of experience in the house, a combined experience of a lot of years, which has built a great SaaS. And it's rare we see, people with great experience, come to Rocket Hub and they build a great SaaS, but many people have built something new and they're just launching it. But these guys over here, Santosh and Gopi, have built a product called Hyperleap, which we launched on Rocket Hub, and it's great tech. It's a custom built product, so no vibe coding. Nothing wrong about vibe coding, but we have a great product which we like. So thank you so much, Gopi and Santosh, for number one, taking out time from your busy schedule. I know it's time for your dinner, but you decided to go and attend and address the Rocket Hub community. Second, for doing this launch on Rocket Hub and showing Hyperleap to the world. And thank you again for coming and doing this.
Thank you, Karan, for having us. Pleasure to be on Rocket Hub, and it was wonderful interacting with the community for the past week or so. Great questions, great interactions, a lot of feedback, a lot of things that went into our roadmap. Had us think, had us revisit our priorities. Great feedback overall, and happy to be launching on Rocket Hub. Thanks to Karan, Charlie, and team. Fantastic collaboration. Going great.
Cool. And I would like to address that. Santosh and Gopi have graduated and have worked with great companies and from India's top Ivy League schools, so they know what they're doing. And Gopi likes to sleep early and wake up early. That's why if you see any late responses, you, you know that they're on time. They're sleeping on time, not like us. But Gopi has it sorted. So thank you, Gopi and Santosh. So let's start. How did you guys first of all meet, and where did you guys meet? And before Hyperleap, what was the world for you guys? What were you doing? And how did you decide to enter in this world of already competitive landscape? Because we see chatbots coming in, and how did you guys
Yeah.
decide to create a moat and a unique experience for people inside Hyperleap? So give us the whole thing, and how did you guys get into it?
Santosh, can I go first? Will you go
Yeah,
first,
yeah,
and then
please
maybe
do,
you?
please do.
So Santosh and I go long ways. We are actually childhood friends since like probably 30 years, right from our schooling age. And then, so obviously during engineering, we took different directions. So Santosh was going to IIT. I was in a top private engineering college in one of the states here. And then I got into Microsoft. I was a completely tech-oriented person. I was a developer there. So worked at Microsoft for close to 4 or 5 years in Hyderabad in India, and then moved to the States. Worked in Seattle at their headquarters on pretty large-scale projects like Outlook and Office 365. So if you guys are using Office, any of you, like at some point of time, whatever you did with your Office suite, whether sending emails or creating groups, those kind of things actually went through the code that I wrote there. So that sort of like gave me very good foundation to like sort of take a risk and then come back to India. But then I was like, and again, Santosh, by the time he was into startups, he was already I mean, of course, I let Santosh speak for himself, but he was running a couple of things. So we always constantly interacted with each other. We're like, I'm gonna come back. This high time. It's next. We are entering our next phase of life, and we have to do something phenomenal. So back in 2017, I took a leap. I came back to India. Then again, I was more of a very, very hardcore tech guy. So I was like, let me at least do my masters to, sort of like open up my worldview. So luckily, I got like into Indian School of Business. That's from India. It's like the top MBA college in the world right now. So so I did my 1 year full time MBA there. Then started Hyperleap. And Santosh and I initially we were working on a HR platform. During COVID, it took a different turn, and like we couldn't continue. And then post COVID, then again, obviously we have this. Yeah, I was always a tinkerer. I was working with multiple projects, and like one of the biggest concern I saw was businesses not being able to make sales, right? Like always, you come from a tech background, you create something cool, and like how do you make sales? And in that regard, then I saw like Chat GPT was coming up. We were in GPT 2, not even 3. Chat GPT moment did not happen. It was back in 2022. So at the time I started building on top of it. We were constantly interacting, and then at some point of time I was like, we should build some robust platform that can take care of generative AI for organizations, large scale organizations, to just go about it, integrate into their systems, right? This was just before ChatGPT. And then ChatGPT happened. Luckily, by the time we were already in the market, this was in 2023. And immediately we got a deployment at India's one of largest education organization. They actually take care of test preparation and all that. So at scale, we had our solution deployed. Millions of students using what we have built for doubt clearance and things like that. We were like on cloud nine. But my passion was always with SMBs actually. So a couple of about a year and a half ago, we basically got together and said, hey, I'm gonna pivot slightly just from a market sense, and look into tools that SMBs can use, right? And that's where like AI chatbots was like one thing that kept coming back. We tried multiple things. We said, okay, let's give the developer API, let's do internal tools. But then most of the SMBs were like, why don't you sort of automate our lead nurturing, or like FAQs, or like how does one have a AI support installed on their website or some social channels or things like that. And so this product got conceptualized at that point of time. Yes, we had few competitors as well, like Chatbase was coming up, and we were seeing their growth as well, their traction as well. We were like watching out, but we were not totally sure that is chatbots the only place where we're going to focus. But the more we talk to customers, we're like, okay, this is the place, because a lot of small and medium businesses who can't sort of afford to have like a full-time human responding to the incoming messages or queries that they have on their business website or on their social media channels, they would want AI to keep up with that, like a late night message or things like that. So last year, we did a large deployment. So usually our strategy is like try to get it deployed at like some signature properties, like where you have a lot of volume so that it's battle tested, right? So we got deployed at like a huge organization called Jungle Lodges and Resorts in India that had over like 19 resorts. And I guess it's 24 resorts, 24 resorts. And all of them were using a single chatbot. So we built something like a hierarchical RAG that goes and probes into room types and all that. So we thought we will get deeper into this, build a solid tech ecosystem around it. Like the product itself should be so solid when you're using a chatbot. And then the multiple use cases, right? Whether it's lead generation, booking links, all of this stuff. So we started with JLR, we call it JLR, Jungle Lodges and Resorts. We did a huge pilot with them for close to 4 months. And then we again started taking up more of these projects. We are now deployed at India's largest zoo. We're deployed at India's largest wellness resort. And we deployed at a book publisher, a couple of real estate brands. So now when we go deeper and deeper into some of these sectors, real estate, hospitality, education, publishing, every use case sort of gives us an idea where, how do you actually have chatbots that tackle that industry deeply. So in that sense, what we did is like we expanded our product. We sort of like thought through a lot of these use cases. If you have multiple properties, how do you tag these conversations? How do you maintain these leads? And always aim for accuracy. How do you customize your behavior? So that's the short journey. I mean, I can go on and on, but this is where we are right now. And again, happy to most of the time what is happening is I'm taking care of the tech pieces because the tech moves too fast. And Santosh is my growth partner in this. He's the one probably actually who approached you guys as well, right? And he's the guy who said, "Hey, let's talk to Karan. I really want to
Yeah, for sure.
have this conversation with Rocket Up." Yeah. Sorry,
Perfect.
Santosh.
Yeah, thanks, OP, and thank you, Karan, for hosting the webinar. First of all, I'll be very brief before we move on to the product demo. I know you guys must be waiting. So just a brief intro about me. I did my graduation from IIT Bombay. I graduated uh, way back in 2007, and then worked across sectors. I'm a generalist, so I worked sectors like organic sector, then the logistics, then juggled a bit of e-commerce, right? And like Gopi has mentioned, we've also tried building a product for HR tech. Unfortunately, that didn't take off. So during the time when I was in e-commerce, we were actually exploring the chatbots scenario. Like, that's when ChatGPT was also just built up, but the models were never that great to for us to go wide market. So we were working on a very specific sectors like edtech, and hotels and resorts. So like as Gopi has mentioned, we were actually he was actually building it for the enterprise level, enterprise grade application. And that's when but it was becoming a little difficult to go to the market. It required a lot of sales resources. And that's when I joined the team. I told him, to let's have a slightly different strategy. Of course, the enterprise level is always there. We're still pursuing that. We're not let it go. But we also wanted to see how how it will work for the SMB use case, right? So the product is solidly built, even for 10,000 users, I would say. The future set, if you see, it's quite rich. I mean, the kind of technicality involved. I mean, the hierarchical rack, as Gopi has explained, he's built it for a lot of users. So we have tested it robustly, and my main intent of us coming onto Rocket Hub is also to get feedback from real users, right? So that is the primary intent of us being on this platform. Get the early user feedback. We probably have like maybe 50 features right now, so but we don't know how much of it is useful for SMBs, how much of it is not useful. Maybe there's some extra use cases, extra features which may be required. So all this is very essential for us at this stage of the product. And we intend to support our LTD users as well for a very, basically stick to our plans of lifetime means lifetime. So, and any additional features what we are going to develop also, we will try our best to include it at least as an add-on. I mean, if it is an additional token cost, we'll definitely include it as an add-on. If it's not a token cost, we are definitely going to support it. So that's the thing. So yeah, I'll hand it over to you, Gopi.
Perfect. Yeah, that was great. I think good that it's always a great combination to see people with great experience with good products. These days, it's very rare, as you've seen how it is. So great seeing products built from custom, coded out of that raw code, which is built with sweat and blood. That's always appreciated. uh, so yeah, great. I think great product. I already used it. So for everyone seeing it, product is great. So there's no zero doubt about the quality which you're going to get. So yeah, let's begin with the meat of the show, and let's see the product. Very very excited.
Karan is gonna share the
Yeah,
screen.
please. Yeah, feel free. Yeah.
Can you see it?
Yep, we can see it. Yep.
Okay, awesome. So, so the most important part of the Hyperleap experience is actually not the studio, but one second, let me just quit this. is how the chatbot looks on the website itself, right? So there are two parts to how I would think about Hyperleap. One is your studio experience, which is more like a one-time configuration. You start building your chatbot. Again, just to give a brief intro to our product. Primarily, we are an AI chatbot that is being installed on your business website and the multiple social channels that you have, right? Whether it's your Instagram handle, Facebook page, or a WhatsApp number. Now, most businesses, if they have a business website that they want to sort of make it more interactive, engaging, like when people stumble upon the website or they actually have traffic flowing into the website, they probably have a lot of links, contact us forms, and things like that. But there is no way a prospective client can just come chat with their business and have their questions answered. And this is one gap that we realized that when we went with a product that is more API or developer centric, people were like, I'm doing all this, but all I need is a chatbot that can interact with our business visitors, right? Like the business web page visitors. So I'm just going to show you a couple of different chatbots first, just to show you how different they can look like. So one of the key aspect of using the Hyperleap AI chatbot is that no two chatbots look alike, and we are super proud of that, right? And if you look at in the market right now, pretty much by looking at the icon or maybe by looking at the style of the chatbot, you can guess like what software they're using. That means it's not well integrated into your brand, right? It just doesn't flow into the brand. So this is Hyperleap AI's chatbot, right? So now if you, let's say you go to Ridhira, this is like, India's largest wellness provider. They own a chain of hundreds of, spas and all that. Now, if you see this chatbot is fairly different, right? Their branding. Now, if you go to Mysore Zoo, this branding is quite different. It looks very integrated into their website. They want to have a statue. It's all quite different. So when you go to, let's say, a book publisher like Hammer, now their chatbot will look totally different. And these are just some of the clients that we have, right? And let's say we go to Camping Ground, which is like, again, can go on and on. But the point is, like, every chatbot looks very unique and very different. Now, this is important because people are ultimately not having a conversation with the chatbot. They're having a conversation with the business. So we thought the first point is we have to be brand on point. Like the chatbot should just flow into the website, right? Flow into the business. So with regards to this, I'll show you how it'll look in the studio, right? If you see, every aspect of the chatbot can be customized. Whether you want to add a logo here, you want to set up the header text color, everything, right? Every part of the experience, how the conversation bubbles should look like, assistant message, the text color, the background color, even the user message avatar, bot avatars, the chat button, how it should look like, and some global settings. What is the font going to look like, body background color, things like that. So this sort of gives us very good, I would say, like a playground to compose a chatbot that just flows into the website. And this is something that we're super proud about. And again, we have a very simple thing here called import brand. When you enter any like your website here, it tries to fetch the colors and tries to build at least a basic version of the chatbot in line with your colors. So this is, again, like we focused on some small things here, Karan, because when people are building these chatbots, they're like, oh my God, I have to spend so much time to make this in line with your brand. No worries, we will do that for you, because now we got AI, right? Like we're gonna fetch the brand, we're gonna look at all the colors, and like we're putting AI to good use here. So, and this is how we stand out. I mean, like, branding is one simple, just the starting aspect, right? And I'll walk you through a couple of more features. If you look at it, again, this is the content. So what happens is, a lot of these, when you look at a chatbot, an AI chatbot, right? Sometimes people just start conversing with a chatbot, and like, we haven't collected their name, we haven't collected their email address, we haven't collected their phone number, nothing, right? And people are just coming into the website and chatting. So what good is that for you as a business? You don't even identify the user. And I'm like, no, that doesn't work. Let's have a lead form, right? Let's ask name, phone, company, email, whatever that makes sense for your business, right? And then again, here we have some cool settings. Like here I say, I'm going to ask the name, but I'm also going to pass it to the AI. Now, what this helps is, like, let's say you're here, right? So let's say, I say I'm Dave and I start chatting. It might not use Dave every single time, but it might as well. So at some point when it's conversing, it's like, hey, hi Dave, welcome to, now it says, hey, hello Dave, how can I assist you with Hyperleap AI today, right? So the name that I gave in the lead form also gets passed as the context. This is like just to allow for more personalization. And let's say people sort of give you their email address or phone number, right? So how cool would it be when you're chatting with the user, the AI is going to say, hey, our sales team is going to reach out on this number. Is it an okay number for us to reach out on, right? Because the user has already provided the number even prior to chatting. Now you might ask, hey, I don't want the lead form. Fair enough. Like, I mean, obviously you can just switch it off. Like, we have a lead form here. You just switch it off. The lead form is gone. But we would always recommend users to sort of like use the lead form, because that way you at least collect some basic information before chatting, right? And again, so that is another thing that we have. And just looking at, let's say, behavior, right? So this is the core aspect of what we have to offer, which is the AI chatbot. Now, there is not a single chatbot right now in all of our competition that allows you to elaborately define your behavior. This is huge, actually, your behavior, right? Extensive customization, because we are not using this chatbot just to collect leads. I mean, education institutions, they can use it for doubt clearance or internal usage or customer support, help desk. It's huge. You can have up to like, whatever X number of words, right? And then plug it in. This is your system message, guys. Just customize it exactly how you want it to be done. Get it done. Actually, we have no restrictions here. And then what we do is we have something called as sources. So the way this works is sources are sort of like detached from the chatbots, because you could have one source that is working with multiple chatbots. So we said, okay, let sources live separately. It's almost sort of like how Google's NotebookLM tries to do it. Like you have the source separately and you can attach multiple sources to your chatbot, right? So if you see here, I have a Hyperleap AI thing, I named it final, right? So this source. Now, if you see, I didn't add any documents, but I added almost like 90 different website URLs. And here is where, again, Hyperleap AI shines, right? So if you want to just add a website, you can add a single URL. You can add multiple URLs, just one per line. You can add a sitemap. If you add a sitemap, it'll give you all the URLs that are there in the sitemap. I mean, because Hyperleap is already there. I was just making a demo for a customer. There was this website which was like Glute House, I think. They're a fitness company based out of Florida. So I saw they had like, I think 30, 40 URLs. Yeah, like 37 URLs. So it just got the sitemap. All you need to do is just select all this. You want to process names, it'll get all the titles like that. And you just add these pages, they get added. I don't want to add it here because it'll add into Hyperleap, but you see how simple it is, right? Like 37 website, it just crawls, done. That's it, right? And
nice.
Yeah, sorry, Karan, you were saying something.
Add a differentiation factor over here as well. I haven't seen anyone kind of giving sitemap option, because it's the first time I'm seeing that. Okay, you can add a sitemap and then you because a lot of people, what they think is just have the website, and you're done.
Yeah.
And when it comes to website sources, they never think about, oh, I can even upload sitemap, because they have, let's say, many files which are in robots.txt, right, which they haven't publicly allowed for Google to crawl. So they think, oh, I have this, but I don't want to show it to anyone. Can I also import that? So I think this is a good differentiation factor, and we should talk more about.
There's also a limit usually on the number of web pages which can be scraped, right? So
Yeah, yeah.
even the biggest of the players in the market, like chatbot or chat base, also restricts to maybe 10 or 15
Five.
pages. Is it five?
Five.
Okay.
I think
Yeah.
that they saw that, and even they, I mean, according to me, even if they're picking five, they should pick the most relevant ones, right?
Hmm.
But we saw they picked up slash my account, so it's like you're picking up your
Yeah.
dashboard,
Yeah.
which doesn't even make sense. Then
It doesn't
what
make
would be
sense.
the benefit for the user to access that and
True.
give it to the AI? AI would write them like AI would write them your password. So like you never know. But this here you're being specific and you give 1,000. I think how much
Yeah,
500,000
it's actually
posts.
1,000. I mean,
Yeah,
I think this is something that Karan gave us feedback. Actually, in one of our call, he's like, "Why are you restricting at 100?" I was like, "Okay, let me make it 1,000." The messaging is a little old, but yeah, we do support 1,000 links, guys. So add your sitemaps. Like just we're just gonna crawl. We have like very high quality proxy servers as well that do this. So most of the times the website will just get scraped fine as long as you're giving the URL. And again, we have different ways of like establishing the context, right, Karan? So we have our website URLs, we have documents. I'm going to just give you a sample. We'll just add and remove it. Probably we have this state of SMBs report that we
yeah.
added, right? I can just add it here, like that's it. That's all it takes. 561
Okay,
KB, that's it. It just
good.
adds in. For now, I'll just delete it because I have a different use case for this. I'm going to show you
Got
that
it.
as well.
Okay.
But you can add your documents. Like overall, we have about 40 MB limit for this. Again, what I've done is like I've made it a little bit of a soft limit so that you can go a little bit overboard, but not too much. But we can upload documents like PDFs, text files, Word files, Markdown files. You can upload any of that. And text content, let's say you just have content that you want to just copy paste. There you go. You have that. And this was a recent addition, actually. We added just a month before because people were like, I want to add like detailed FAQ. I was like, okay, great. Let's add your FAQ because people have like 3 or 4 like very frequently asked questions and they want direct answers to those questions. So we just said, okay, why not just add FAQ pairs? So every time you say add FAQ, it will give you a question answer pair and it'll keep adding up. So you have multiple FAQs that you can add. Now, all of these things, they live under one source called Hyperleap AI for me. What I did is like I had this whole behavior set. And I'm like, hey, I'm an AI assistant on Hyperleap AI. Your job is this. Identity is this. What Hyperleap AI? Key differentiators. Now, obviously, I mean, you don't need to do all this, but I was like, I want to be the best chatbot, right? So I spent my time kind of like defining the behavior over a period of multiple iterations we got here. So even our prices, everything we mentioned here, and some of it obviously also comes from our website. And in this now, what we have done is like we gave a couple of GPT models completely free of cost, included in the token usage, whether it's 4.1 mini, 4.0 mini, nano, 5 mini, and all that. These are all included in the usage. One of the feedback that we got from the community was about BYOK. We did support BYOK for our enterprise users. We are trying hard to make it work for SMB as well, because there is additional cost to operating the system other than just token costs, right? So we're trying to see how that model will fit in. We are evaluating and we'll get back to you very soon on that. But this is where again we shine, right? We literally directly give you access to the model parameters. And this is where if you see, and again, the AI also matured over a period of time, right? Like if I give these sort of configurations, let's say 1 year prior, you would be like, why you bombarding me with all the technical stuff? But nowadays, a lot of users are happy adjusting this, right? They want like a lower temperature, higher temperature for creativity, lower temperature for more, direct answers, things like that. So people want this sort of flexibility, we realized, and also streaming responses. A lot of these things, we directly give it away to the user and say, hey, you are the sole creator of your chatbot. Do whatever is needed to make it work for your business. So this is one, again, very important core part. Again, when you're generating this prompt, you don't need to worry too much. We have multiple ways to generate this system prompt. We have something called as, a quick generation or like a generate new. You click here, you want to pick your quick start templates. You're going to just fill up what's your business or product name, what are the kind of personas you want to take up, what kind of domain knowledge you wish it had, right? what is the response format, should be structured, informative. Now all this, and you just import the prompt, this will get replaced, right? So that's one way to generate the prompt. Or we have import presets. So here we again have a lot of behaviors. So this is a first, right? Again, a lot of our competitors, they do this very minimal customization where they say, hey, this is your system prompt. And this is like, guys, like when I'm running a business, I want like spot on accurate answers that are very relevant to the domain that I'm in. Like a wedding budget planner is very different from, let's say, a real estate information consultant, right? Like, and as a business owner, I don't want to sit and write this entire prompt myself. I need some help. So we're going to just import this behavior, and like that will create the entire prompt for you with some like, yellow things like this. Like, let me anyway import one of it and I'll show you how it looks like, and then we can discard it, right? So let's say we just imported this, replace it. That's okay. There are some variables like this, like return policy days, shipping regions, loyalty program. You just change this and done. That's it. You have your, chatbot working with a new sort of like, new sort of behavior, right? System prompt.
Nice.
And Karan, am I going too fast, or like Zariel?
No, it's
Great.
normal pace. No problem. Yeah, all good.
Okay, awesome. Great. I just want to like reload so that we'll have the older system prompt. And so this again, guys. So I mean, feel free to try this out. We have we have it installed on our website, so you can just go here, try it out. So I'm gonna talk about a few more features, and that's it. I'm gonna just not bore you with too many things so that we can go to Q&A as well. But let's say you are here right now. You see this suggestions. Explain how Hyperleap AI works. I want chatbot. So these are like the initial questions that you want to guide your users to ask. Maybe if you're a business that operates delivering services, then you might want to check about store hours or like availability and things like that. So you can have questions there that lead them towards that. And then you can also configure that AI give the rest of the replies, right? For example, let's say I'm on this website on Hyperleap AI. I'm going to say, hey, explain how Hyperleap AI works. Now, when I say this, it gives me the answer, and then immediately it will be like, offering me a couple of more follow-up questions, right? Tell me about the pricing plans. Now, these questions that you're seeing are all AI generated based on the context in which the user is headed, right? So can it handle multiple locations? Sure. It's going to answer about the multiple locations part, and then immediately, it's going to give me a few more AI suggested options. Now, all of this is customizable within the studio. So let me show that one as well. So over a conversation. So I have few predefined options that kind of show up on the first message. And then we just kept, for generate follow-up suggestions after the bot responses using AI. So every time you return a response to the user, you're also going to suggest some AI options as well. Right. So again, this is like, again, this is something basic, but some of the other interesting aspects is like, how you can customize that chat bubble, right? Like I said, we want to be like super relevant with the brand tone, like how your website or how your business is positioned. So I want to quickly show you one more thing as well, which is the chat button, right? Yeah. So this chat button that you see, this is how it is shown in Hyperleap AI. Now, even within the button style, we have a lot of customization. So you say, okay, this is classic. What if it should be wide, right? What if it's like a spotlight bar, like how Mac does it? So now this sort of gives you like, very different appeal, right? When you are looking at very, modern sort of like Next.js websites, you want to have something like this that shows up like a spotlight bar where people look at it and say, hey, I want to ask AI something, right? It's not like a typical chatbot. And then you can even position it. You can say, hey, I don't want it on the bottom right. I want it on the bottom center. I want the chat icon to be something else. I want the placeholder icon to be something else. So it's extreme customization right from the get-go. And again, this is something that very. Probably we are the only chatbot who can do this level of customization, because we sort of baked it into our philosophy that we have to be like very brand aligned, right? So again, heading back, behavior is one thing. Assets is another very interesting aspect. So what happens is like you can add documents, images, and like calendar links, videos, these sort of things into the assets, and have those assets get delivered as is to your clients when they are chatting. Let me give you an example, right? So we are chatting with Hyperleap AI right now. So let's say I say, hey, I hope there's a demo link, but let me check. Can I get a demo? Right. So the moment I said, can I get a demo, it showed me this product demo link. Right? No matter, like, it's just natural language, right? You're asking in natural language, hey, can I get a product demo? Can I get a demo? Can I have somebody call me? So immediately shows this product demo. Now, when I click this, it opens full screen like this. It says schedule a meeting, and again, some time slots, right? So people can simply use this and then schedule a meeting with me, and then they can have their demo done. Or maybe the other thing is, I guess I added like a SMB just for demonstration purposes. I added the state of SMB's ebook. So if I says, hey, can you share that SMB's state of AI book, right? So ideally it should be getting that PDF document for me. And when I click this, you can sort of, download that and like take a look at that particular thing. And now this is very useful because again, like for example, even our Mysore Zoo chatbot, right? They have their entire map in a PDF. So when people chat with them, they basically say, hey, I'm looking for a zoo map, and the zoo map PDF comes. So then they open the Zoom app and say, okay, great. So this is how the whole, it'll take a minute for me to log in. If you're okay with that, I'm gonna show you. This is a real world use case. So what you're seeing here is a small custom implementation that we did. In the sense, it's not really custom, but it's actually like an add-on. So we allow for verification of the phone number as well, right? We don't need to like, say, okay, people are gonna put in whatever phone number they like, and we don't even know whether it's real, right? So we basically do a OTP validation. Of course, it's built based on the country code and all that. So we usually allow reloading of the credits. But let's say here we say, hi, is Zoo open? I want to show you one more interesting aspect here, Karan. So we're gonna say, hey, hi, is Zoo open, right?
Yeah.
And now it says, hey, yes, Mysore Zoo is open from 8:30 to 5:30 p.m. every day except Tuesday, which is a holiday. Okay, and I'm gonna say, okay, is Zoo open now?
No.
Yeah, you see that actually. So this is probably one of the very cool agentic implementation that we did first. Actually, no other chatbot in the world does this. So he said, hey, it's 9:10 p.m. and the Zoo closed at 5:30, so it's closed right now. What do you expect, right? So this
and
is
it's
like
very quick.
this is
It's very quick in responding as well.
it's
I think that's
very
one of the
quick, very
differentiation,
quick.
which is
Absolutely,
quick responses. Right? It's
absolutely,
not thinking,
absolutely.
and then I mean, I think there was one more question about the handlers. Let's say if AI kind of isn't able to reply, then pass it off to the handlers of the humans basically. So, and I think what do you feel about that? Like,
So right now, most of our target audience is folks who can not afford to have somebody immediately reply on the chatbot. So what we do is actually, as part of our behavior itself, we sort of set up a rule saying that, hey, if you can't answer, here is the contact number, here is the WhatsApp number where you can directly reach out to the team, right? And that's the kind of path we are taking as of now. If we see that we are able to go into organizations which are quite large, and they have teams who can actually take care of this. And then, building something like that wouldn't be too hard, because a lot of our infra is anyway designed to actually take care of that, whether it's webhooks or the APIs. They're all capable of doing that, except that we don't have like a true agent desk where, if the AI doesn't answer, I want the agent to answer immediately, because we don't expect the businesses to be like available all the time. Like that's how it is.
Yeah, we're basically AI first. I mean, that's what we're trying to focus right now. I mean, the whole point of building a chatbot is so that AI can handle most of the queries, if not 100%. 95% of the queries it should be able to handle. For those edge cases, we, like Gopi said, we are anyways, we can always forward them a number where they can reach out to, or an email address. So that kind of thing we can do it. And also agentic workflow is available, where we can shoot off an email
Alert the
to
team,
the
yeah.
to any of your team members where AI was not able to handle it. So that sort of an email a notification can be sent, that someone requires help. So yes, I mean,
Yeah.
then you can take on the
And
conversation
I'm
elsewhere,
gonna
not as a
show you an
chatbot,
example of
but
that as well. Yeah.
on an email or something.
Got it.
So as I was saying, I think the reason we sort of opened this also is to see the Zoom app. So when somebody's asking for the Zoom app, it immediately shows the document actually. So this, by the way, so a lot of these things that you're seeing right now, these are not like purely based on the system prompt you're writing. Your system prompt might be as simple as, just be a helpful assistant, and it'll just simply still work, right? So because the getting the assets, getting the time zone, getting the time, all of these things are like internally already taken care of for you.
Yeah. And of course, I mean, for anyone who is doing this work for a company like this or a organization like this, you have to upload all the assets possible, like everything related to the product. Don't, I think,
Yeah.
don't, I would say, be short on uploading anything which customer would need. Otherwise, they would have to call a human to ask, and then that the chatbot then wouldn't do its justice. So you feed the whatever you feed to the chatbot is what they would carry forward to the customer.
Absolutely,
So
absolutely.
ensure
Here
from
is-
your end you are good.
Yeah. I want to show you a quick example of the image gallery, right? So this is one of our prospective client. We just gave them a demo. And I thought it's a great example of like, it's a old age home. Basically, it's a senior living facility. So at this point of time, like, if somebody's chatting with them, they want to show a gallery. So
Got it. Nice.
let's say I have started a chat here, and I guess, the property names was, hey, can you show me some pictures of Highlands Jefferson, right? So I guess we did configure a gallery for them. I just wanted to if this is the right property, I'm not sure. Yeah, this is the one. So if you see, it immediately sort of like shows you some pictures of Highlands Jefferson, including the room layout and all this. So now this gallery is a full screen gallery that opened from a chatbot, guys. Like, this is so beautiful. I mean, like, when we deploy this to our hotel partners, like, they are mesmerized. They're like, okay, awesome. Because somebody asked for like, what is the layout? What is the room layout? What is the balcony view? How does a restaurant look like? And it's always a match on like, how when you're uploading the images, you're going to describe the image as well. So AI intelligently looks at those images and presents them in an image gallery. So that's kind of like, another image gallery. So we have a calendar, we have a video, we have, you saw a PDF download. So all of these agentic downloads, we call them as assets. They are all included as well as part of the LTD, or our pro plan essentially, right? So.
Perfect.
So this is one thing. I'll quickly walk through probably another 4 or 5 minutes just to show you like, the advanced settings that we have. You want to enable analytics or not. You want to have chatbot, auto open the chatbot, AI follow-up suggestions, assets that you're seeing, right? Show you quickly lead form. Oh, this is something that's very important, right? So when you get a lead, you get notified immediately, actually. So let's say, um, so if you see here, we were having a chat, right? We were having a, so Dave started a chat. We just started a chat with them. So we got a conversation lead. And then, we saw another one here. Okay, this is a small conversation that Dave had. And where is it? Oh, it's in the reverse order. That's what I want. Yeah. So if you have an entire conversation, you'll also have the entire chat script here. I guess we didn't continue the conversation past this much.
That's nice.
Right. So, or I'll show you a couple of things. Right. What do I have to leave? So whatever conversation we are getting, the entire transcript will be sent to you. Right, including the lead information, whatever the information that they're submitting and all that. Now, this is again very super basic, right? But here is where we have more fun, which is like agentic workflows. So here we say, hey, send an email with the next steps to help close the sale for Hyperleap AI with some guidance. So what happens is like this is again, this is where we want to start investing more of our energy and design all these post-conversation workflows. Because ultimately, even though you're having conversations, what you want is actually a sale to happen, right? And let's say you have a sales document here. AI goes through the conversation and the sales document and gives you robust next steps on how do you actually close this lead and convert that into a sale. And in that regard as well, I'll show you. So I was thinking of, there was this conversation that I just had a couple of days ago where the user was like trying to buy Taj Mahal, right? And then the AI constantly objects saying that, hey, you can't buy Taj Mahal. It's a UNESCO World Heritage Site. So I'm like, so this is the conversation summary. This is like the suggested next steps is like, help them sponsor conservation. Don't actually help them buy it because that's not legal. That's not possible, whatever. So this sort of like, again, this is just an extreme case to sort of demonstrate the capabilities of the chatbot, right? Like you look at the agentic workflows, it always gives me goosebumps because you could like literally have a sales document there and say, hey, run this conversation through the sales document and send an email to my sales team on helping them close. So this is something that we did as well.
Who it was a billionaire or something like from somewhere or Nigerian prince.
Nigerian prince,
yeah. That I want to buy a Taj Mahal. Crazy, but yeah. I mean, the things you guys see in the back end, I think it's at these customers they see. I think they're amazing.
Yeah.
Sometimes
it's crazy, and a lot of times they try to like test it to the limits, and because we have multiple safety guards in place, we just don't rely only on OpenAI to sort of give this. We actually have a multi-layer thing saying that, hey, is the incoming message safe? Because we again have to deal with prompt injections and things like that. So we have a multi-step thing that to actually filter out the entire prompt, like the user message has to be clean and then go through multiple steps. Sorry, probably I think we almost spent like 50 minutes on this or 45 minutes on this. Should we get into questions, Karan?
Yeah, I have some questions with me. Okay. I start reading it.
Okay.
But yeah, I think thank you so much for the demo. Pretty useful. And if there's anything else you want to show, which is hidden.
Oh yeah, sorry. One last thing. So again, sorry. So one last thing. So when you look at this, so that's a one-time thing. Whatever you're doing, right? That's a one-time thing. So whatever conversations the users are having with you, they're gonna all pop up here in the leads page. Right? This is what actually we had. So this is super important. Sorry, I'm going to spend 5 more minutes to walk through a few more things. So one is like any conversation that the user has will show up here, right? And it will clearly give you like, again, information on tokens, things like that. If there are some links, it's going to tell you whether they click those links right? And it's super important for the users or for business users to understand which links have been clicked, which links were not clicked, and all that. So if it shows a link, it also shows whether the user actually clicked that link. And now here you are seeing the source column. This is all web chats. So if, for example, so again, this is a brand new chatbot that we deployed, I guess. Oh no, this is the old one itself. So if you go somewhere in the past, you might have few conversations that came from Instagram, right? So in Instagram, how was it responding? And WhatsApp, how was it responding? So all the conversations sort of
Yeah.
like come here, right? And
Shared, kind of a shared inbox. Yeah.
yeah, this is a shared inbox actually. And then you have your analytics on top of it. So we provide detailed analytics on what are the time zones or at what time you have most conversations, like the daily activity, the peak hours, day versus night distribution, how many people are abandoning the chats, like, the drop off rates, maximum number of conversations people are having, geographic breakdown. If people have given their phone number, based on that, we figure out, and weekly patterns, peak hours, and some of these is like super important, right? Because businesses look at this and it's like golden information for them. Oh, okay, a lot of our conversations are coming after hours, so we should do something about it. Or maybe if how do we translate them better? Because should we have late night bookings for the next day? Again, a lot of them in the hospitality space, they like really value some of these analytics that we bring in.
Yeah.
And again, link tracking is another huge one. So anytime we display a link, we actually have a link shortener, inbuilt link shortener. So this link shortener sort of like goes to the original link, and then we show, hey, this got clicked, that didn't get clicked, whatever, right? So like you see, in the last 1 month or so, a lot of people went to demo, some people went to contact, all this stuff. So it shows all those links, how many people clicked, and all that. So this is one thing. And of course, the way you deal with all this is we have something called as a communication channels. So you can keep adding new channels here, right? Whether it's WhatsApp, Instagram, Facebook. And once you add it, you're going to just, connect that particular channel with the chatbot that you like. So in this case, I connected it with Commodore. This is another, demo thing that we created. So you can associate it with any chatbot. So you're going to take any Instagram handle, any Facebook page that you have access to, you add it here, and then you associate a chatbot with it. And the moment you do that, that's it, right? So any incoming message to that particular Facebook page or Instagram handle or a WhatsApp number immediately gets answered by the behavior that you set as part of your original chatbot that you're linked to. Right. And
It's perfect. This is good.
And again, we have detailed, documentation on top of this, because we don't want anybody to be lost at any point of time. If you go here, anything that you want, right? You want to have you want to check how Facebook channels are integrated. We have a video, we have elaborate documentation on top of this. How do you actually connect? How does it look like? Channel configuration, everything, right? Same goes with Instagram channels. How do you manage sources? Everything is here, guys. So feel free to we just thought that extensive, more help the better, so that people are never stuck, even if they are building it in the middle of the night. Of course, if you need any help, I'm always there, so you can reach out to me as well.
Got it. Perfect. Yeah, this is good. This is amazing. And analytics is something which is great. I haven't seen great analytics in products where it's required the most, right?
Correct.
They either, it's very hidden, if you have to go and literally find out, and if they don't give I would say enough information for you to take action upon. Okay, I know I had 12 conversations, I can see that, but where are they coming from? The distribution,
what time,
timings,
everything matters.
How many link clicks, let's say if they click on this link, if they have not, then make someone reach out. Oh, I sent you, why haven't you clicked on it, or haven't you checked it? So perfect. This is good. They were start with some questions around white label. There were a few questions, and I think I think they were confused, or they thought, okay, what should be done more with white label? So what do you think about that aspect of the product?
So right now we have a concept called workspaces. Karan, I haven't touched upon it, but it's like basically a shared workspace where you could push your chatbots there basically, and have your clients also as part of the same workspace.
Yeah.
You know what? Let me quickly show you that, because that is indeed important. I think I should have shown you that.
Yeah. I think we
Um,
received good number of questions around that, because people are going to buy it. They're especially looking for white label,
correct,
or I
correct.
mean, or whatever we have available and what's coming soon in terms of white label.
Right, right. So, like, if you see, this is a workspace that we have,
Yep.
and we can enter and add members here. So I could add any of these members here, and then just say, hey, I want to give them a contributor permission. For example, if you have your clients, let's say CCM is your client, and you want to maintain their chatbot, what you're going to do is you could create the chatbot, right? And you could move to the workspace. You could say, hey, I want to move this into the CCM workspace, right? And CCM has its own permission. So you could go here and say,
Yeah.
hey, I want to have CCM where I am the admin or owner for that, but I also want to have Srikanth as a contributor, right? Or let's say Arya or somebody else who is a reader of it. So there are distinct permission levels, and if you go to our help, you clearly can see, hey, what can a reader do? What can a guest do? What can a contributor do? Or what can an admin do? And that way, what happens is you can maintain different workspaces. And usually, what we do is the number of workspaces and the number of chatbots go hand in hand for us.
Yeah.
So anytime you have 25 chatbots, you can expect to see at least 25 workspaces. That way, what happens is you can have one chatbot in a different workspace, and then you can give access to your clients just to that particular workspace so that they can look at their conversations as well. But you can give them a reader access if you think that they're only gonna check the leads, check the analytics, but not actually edit the chatbot. You can give that as well. So we don't have like a true white label solution where you can sort of host it on your domain and all that. We are not doing that yet. We are more focused on improving the functionality of the product itself. So in that sense, we're more invested in that area.
Right. So even if custom domains, are they like in the roadmap in the future, the CNAME aspect of it?
For to host just the chatbot, yes, just the chatbot. The entire studio is a whole another game, because again we
Yeah, of
have
course.
to look at the volume.
Yeah.
Just for the
That's
chatbot, yeah.
yeah.
In
Of course,
fact,
for that
actually,
they
what
would need
happens
an
is
add-on, because I know that
correct.
white label
Yes,
add-on is something which
that's
you
in the
guys
works.
have to give them, but they have to
Correct.
it's extra cost. Yeah.
Yeah.
Makes sense. Thank you so much. All right. This was one question which I answered. Some had the concept that if you add a script on, they copy the JavaScript and they add it, would the site become heavy? And I answered that.
No,
Yeah, I
it
mean,
doesn't.
today that's not the case. I mean, this was something like 7-8 years ago. I mean, today we add the script. It's very light, and it just adds to your website. It's not something which you
And also,
can.
we do it in an async way. I mean, some of them they are blocking ways, but there are asynchronous ways of doing this. So our chatbot loads after your entire page loads. So it does, not at all block any of your process. The page doesn't slow down one bit actually. After adding the chatbot versus previous, you could do a Google page speed insights, and it would come out exactly the same.
Makes sense. What's the thing on the RAG side of things? Because the RAG came out a lot during the conversations, and of
So
course
the
it's for
RAG in
the
terms of the
people who are
sources.
correct sources.
Yeah. So we call them sources. Again, like I showed in the demo, we have we can add web pages, we can add documents, we can add FAQs, strings, things like that. Think of it very similar to a Notebook LM, although we had it first. So Notebook LM also does a similar stuff where you actually kind of dump all the information that you have based on your website and have one place, and that is what we call source. That is what we call RAG. Pretty much that's the technology that powers most of the document retrieval that you see on the internet right now.
Yeah, makes sense. Few people messaged me asking about the webhooks. which like they can connect and move their
Yeah.
workflow forward.
Yeah, we will have them by like end of this month, actually, pretty
Great.
much.
Okay. Yeah, language is one part. A lot of people from Europe who don't have English as their language. There's one guy who is just French, so he asked, if can we, you can we get the UI support localization basically. So
So
like they
right
can
now our
use.
site is already localizable. We just haven't turned it on. I mean, if we are seeing more of this request, we should turn it on, Karan. I'm happy to do that. Actually, every string that you're seeing on the website is already localized, except we are only using English right now. Again, we try to keep things super simple, focusing on some of the very AI crucial aspects of it. But definitely, if you're seeing more requests to sort of even have the studio translate into multiple languages, happy to do that actually.
Okay.
And we'll keep it in the roadmap. I think, Santosh, we probably should be doing that because we got a couple of requests from Southeast Asia as well, actually.
Even from
They
Japan, I
were
think someone was asking Japan.
correct, correct.
Japanese.
Yeah, we should do that.
Japanese? Oh yeah,
Yeah.
that's again, yeah, these people, over there. But yeah, I think Japanese we have heard for
I
the
mean,
very
it also
first time.
opens up
But
a wide new market for us. So definitely
exactly,
Correct.
makes
exactly,
sense.
yeah, yeah, and I think it's not tough to like implement as well. When it comes to the
No, no.
languages, it's pretty
Yeah.
easy. Um, yeah, that's good. I think that these are some common questions we had till now, and I think more we start getting it, more we keep updating everyone over here. So please follow the communication around Hyperleap everywhere you can find. And with regards to the deal, get it on Rocket Hub. And I think uh, with regards to the product, it's amazing. Like we recently there hasn't been any product which covers a lot of real aspects of chatbot. We had Chatbase, which we are kind of considering the uh, what we can say the first mover. That's what they had. Apart from that, I mean, what do you guys think about the comparisons? Because we see people comparing to any chat, um, and few huge chat as well came up, but you guys already had most of it covered. So what do you feel about the comparisons? And then we can answer that question already. So what do you feel about that?
I think one thing, like, right off the bat, I can say that, we sort of designed the entire tool keeping our customers in mind. Because the more we discussed with our customers, we're like, okay, this is something that they need. That is something that they need. I remember even having those early conversations, during late nights, like, just me and Santosh, we were discussing about, hey, I guess we need to have a way to show the gallery. I guess we need to have a way to show the booking appointments. I guess we need to do that, this, whatever, right? So
Follow-up
if you
options.
see
Yeah.
some of these follow-up options for like, yeah, so all of these things that came through, they came from our customers. We are very first principles oriented in the sense if we like, again, we are hearing very good feedback from the Rocket Hub community as well, and happy to do that, right? Like, I mean, anytime our customers give us feedback that, hey, we really want this, like, let's say webhooks, or like you're talking about multiple different options, right? So integrations, a great example. People are like taking some tools that we should definitely integrate with, and happy to do that because every time we're like, okay, what does the customer want? Let's give that, right? Instead of like just building in a black box. So that's where we are. Comparisons wise, of course, we did document a lot of differences on our own website as well. Pretty much any product versus Hyperleap AI. If you do a Google search, you'll land on our website. You can check it out, like what we have to offer and what they have to offer, and where we excel and where they excel, and why you should pick either one of those. So we are. I guess like the right way to put it is like um, like just razor sharp focused on like making sure that your sales convert, essentially your leads happen, your website stays active. These are kind of our mission statements that we truly follow every day.
Makes sense. Yeah, that's great. So I would say amazing stuff. Good product out there. It's very rare we see these products. But yeah, thank you so much.
Thank you.
Anything you guys have to say before we wrap this up in a few seconds? Santosh, Gopi, to the community.
Nothing much. I think I would like to close the webinar just to inform everyone that we are here to support you guys. We are here to take feedback, work on the product. Of course, we are nowhere perfect, nowhere near perfect, but we strive to achieve that. We're taking inspiration from some of the biggest players in the market who have been in the market, like Chatbase, Intercom. These guys are big players, and we are going. We're trying to be an alternative to them, as well as also provide a robust platform where uh, because Chatbase and other players, they're more focused on enterprise, right? So we want to
Hmm.
focus the
Hmm.
SMB players. We want to collect feedback from the market. That's the primary reason we are doing this LTD, and we intend to support our early users for literally lifetime. So that's about it. Thank you.
Great. And if you can even let people know what next you guys are building, irrespective of the fact that what's in your roadmap. But if you can, let's say, what's the next 1 year? Okay, of course, not to be exact, but on top of the mind, where is Hyperleap going in the next 1 year? If you guys can share your
I
vision,
think
future with.
yeah, primarily on the agentic workflows, I would say, Karan, because what we see is we see immense value going deeper into the use cases. And a lot of these agentic workflows, if you see even like, 5, 6 months ago, right? They couldn't be composed with natural language. You had to go through elaborate, like, workflow builders and things like that to make it work. Now it's like one line that you just specify in English saying that, hey, process this conversation with a sales doc and like send me some guidelines on how to make this work. And it just does that without any, it's flawless, right? In a lot of situations. So want to keep investing in the agentic workflows and truly agentic at that, right? We just don't want to like do it on the surface. Want to go deeper and deeper into every use
Yeah.
case. Real estate, hospitality, and every business is different, but we want to have one robust platform that can cater to a wide variety of industries. And the more deeper we go, the more features we will unlock, the more functionality. Users are not at some point. Users will not even be able to distinguish between whether they're chatting with AI or whether they're chatting with a real human, right? I mean, that's the ultimate goal. And as long as we're able to do that, then it's great.
Cool. Great. So we have question come up
Okay.
from Sartaj. Question: how do you handle large catalog stores such as Shopify, because the knowledge base has a chatbot in the 40 MB?
Again, this is a limitation that we have because we're primarily focused on non-e-commerce use cases. I could say that because e-commerce again opens up a wide variety of order management, tracking, those sort of things, which we are not completely built for, at least yet. Having said that, when we are scraping through e-commerce websites, usually it doesn't cross 40 MB because you're not going to pull up all the images and all, right? We are primarily pulling up, like, let's say, product descriptions or titles or like mappings, the materials, these kind of things. So an FAQ bot on an e-commerce website wouldn't actually consume 40 MB. But of course, there are ways to upgrade that. We offer additional storage, at a minor add-on pricing and things like that. Or you could have multiple sources that you could attach to. So if you go to a designer, in the drop down, it's not like it's a one-on-one mapping within chat. The chatbot and the source, right? One chatbot could actually attach to multiple sources as well. So that's another way we can keep on expanding the scope of the chatbot.
Got it. Good. So yeah, so there's your answer from Gopi. If you have any more questions, please drop in before we wrap up the webinar. If not, then if you want to follow up about this question in any other thread, please feel free to do so. Gopi and Santosh are there to answer any follow-up questions in
Yeah.
that matter. And for those, yeah, get the Digo Rocket Hub. This recording is going live on YouTube, so you can revisit the recordings, watch the whole replay, starting from the moment Kobe talks about the background to the product demo to the questions to the close. And you can ask questions on deal page. You can go on the deal page below. You can ask any questions about the deal specificity of that. If not, then we are good. Gopi, Santosh, thank you so much for doing this. I know it's
Thank
great
you.
for
Thank you,
everyone.
Karan.
So
Thank
thank you
you,
so much
thank you.
for sticking to now, and go and have
Thank
your
you.
dinners if you haven't yet, and have a great sleep. Good night, everyone, and thank you so much, guys, for doing this. Appreciate it, and
Thank you,
I'll see
Karan, for
you
having
soon
us. Yeah,
with another
same here.
webinar with other team partners and other community members who will also host you very soon. So we would see you there. All right.
Sure.
Thank you.
Thank you.
All right.
Thank you.
Thank you.